What's going on, everybody? So today I want to talk about the movie The Iron Claw, which came out, I believe it was last year. I didn't get a chance to see it in theaters, but it just recently came on HBO Max, and wanted to give it a watch, because as you know, I am a pro wrestling fan. And when I first heard about this movie, I had my doubts, especially with the casting. Like, Zac Efron, it's like that fucking kid from High School Musical. You're gonna have him play Kevin Von Erich? What the fuck? And then, was it Jeremy Allen White? He was Kerry Von Erich. I can't remember who they had play David, but let me just say, Zac Efron blew me away with his performance. Even when he wasn't speaking, he conveyed so much emotion with his face. It just completely surprised me. I am never going to say another bad thing about Zac Efron's acting. Let's just say that. I feel like the movie did a great job of condensing the story down, because there was a bunch of time jumps in there. Because obviously this happened over the course of, I think it was roughly 15 years is what they covered. Everything from, I believe it was like 79, 80 through about 94, 95 when Kerry died. And they did a good enough job of condensing everything down, yet you didn't feel like you missed anything. So they did a good job with that. There were things that they left out, but I still feel like the core story here was the connection of the brothers and their father. And they had all the important bits there. So everything that needed to be in for it to be a good movie was there. To complete the story, it was there. I will say one thing that really bothered me, and it seems to be something that everyone has an issue with. The guy that they got to play Ric Flair didn't feel like Ric Flair. Like, had they gotten Will Ferrell to reprise his character from Eastbound and Down, that would have been more Ric Flair than this guy. But the over-exaggerations were there. It was just the accent took me out of it. I mean, he didn't do a horrible job. I could tell who he was supposed to be. On the flip side of that, the guy that played Harley Race, while it was more subdued, from what I have seen, that was Harley. Like, just the mannerisms, the attitude. Like, I could tell this person that paid attention to some Harley Race promos, and it felt like I was watching some of those. Like, you know, kind of like the Wish version of Harley Race. Like, it's close enough that you can tell who it is, but it's not 100% spot on. But yeah, overall, good movie. Told a great story. The acting was great. The performances by Zac Efron and Jeremy Allen White were great. They conveyed so much emotion just with just their eyes. Like, that's how you can tell a great actor. They don't have to say anything. Just their body language can convey so much. And I am never, ever going to say another bad thing about Zac Efron again. So, the one thing that really got me, the ending. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm just going to say, if you have a horrible relationship with your brothers, or if you've lost your brothers, whether it be through death or just growing apart, it's going to hit you. It hit me. But yeah, if you are a fan of wrestling, or even just dramas in general, this is a movie and story that is filled with tragedy and heartache. I will say, if you had a father that was hard on you and pushed you to the point where you just felt like you were doing what he wanted, which, from what I hear, that's how Fritz Von Erich was. Then I guess they were pretty true to life. But yeah, good movie, great acting, outstanding story, just filled with tragedy, almost to the point where you think, wow, they really went over the top with the writing on this. But it all fucking happened. Every little bit of it. It's heartbreaking to watch. But I'm glad it got made into a movie because it's one of the more compelling true stories of professional wrestling. The tragedy of the Von Erich family. So, like I said, if you're a fan of wrestling, you're a fan of dramas, give it a watch. I think you'll enjoy it.